the night's events. We had some good action, but pretty one-sided.
I mean, this is the Nets thing to win. I'm not talking the Bucks series. Obviously, the Bucks series is the Nets to win. This entire playoffs is the Nets to win at this point. I mean, coming out without James Harden and putting out a performance like that where they just destroyed the Bucks. Their offense was so free-flowing. Kevin Durant is playing like the Kevin Durant we're all familiar with. And their role players are just so good. I mean, I think what's amazing about the Nets, I guess it's technically year 2 of this team, but Kyrie was hurt for most of last year. KD obviously missed the whole season, so it feels like year 1. And normally in year 1 with all these guys together, and obviously they get Harden in the middle of this year, normally year 1 is the year without the role players. You know, the 2011 Heat, that was the year where it was the big 3, and you know, you could have a debate over who their 4th best guy was. And that first year of basically every other super team that comes together, it's where are the role players. And then you look at them going up against Milwaukee tonight, and it's like Joe Harris is as good of a guy in that catch and shoot role as there is in the entire league right now. Bruce Brown is huge for them. I mean, he is so important for them, not just as a defender, but as a screener and just a general activity guy. I mean, they have so many important role players who are stepping up for them in those moments. And when Kevin Durant is just rolling and they don't even have to have Harden and the role players are going like that, it's like, man, what can you possibly do about that team?
You know what's crazy? Who they give the most money to out of the role? I mean, Joe Harris has the biggest contract of the role guys, but remember how much they wanted to get DeAndre Jordan in there? What did they give him? 4 for $40 just to slide him in? I did Kyrie and KD take like small pay cuts to make that happen? I think they might have. He's not even playing.
DNP'd, yep.
But you're right about the role guys, and Blake Griffin deserves, an early mention in this. I think he's been good defensively in this series. He's had a couple of those kind of
feisty too, man.
Yeah, a few of those dunks. He fits kind of a flowing style. You know, he's passing. He's in that dunker spot. Well, he's kind of cutting through there, and like that's, the buyout pickup of the season for sure. And most of the other buyout. Remember how much people the buyouts aren't going to matter in the playoffs, and mostly they haven't, but he really has.